When she first went to kindergarten, we were told by the kindergarten that Melinda, there was something wrong, and we were very upset about that. She spoke well, she always spoke well, which for autism didn't fit, and she looked normal, and I realized something was a little different, but sometimes answers and things would be, I would call it out in left field. But as a mom, she seemed fine to me. I wasn't fearful as much since, like, as I say, at this point in time, this sort of thing was not common, and I really didn't know what it was or how severe it was until we really started taking her to professionals and she started having testing. And then we realized that Melinda was in serious trouble. Getting my child diagnosed was a very hard process, as 40-some years ago there wasn't any such thing as actually autistic girls, so they thought. And so the official diagnosis came a little later in life, quite a bit later. Every place I could access, I took advantage of that. We had good insurance, fortunately, and I was able to get some of the best at that time. And so my feelings were always bent towards working with it as opposed to feeling bad about it. Her brothers never accepted it, and they felt like I spoiled her rotten, and that that was a big problem. If I would treat her like a normal child, she would quit acting the way she acted, which was pretty normal anyway. But her brothers really resented it. She started out at 18 to go to college. And that is when the bottom fell out of everything. Because Melinda was quite creative and made up going to college when she wasn't actually going. She was really in trouble. She started drinking and a lot of other things. And so that was very difficult, and we didn't know. We accessed NAMI, which was the, I think, National Association of the Mentally Ill. The people that were around Melinda, I just didn't take everybody's word. And I did a lot of research on my own. I gave Melinda books to read, like from Temple Grandin, because she was so high functioning, or so it seemed. You know, you don't know. Just people think, like, if you met my daughter today, people think, well, there's nothing wrong with her. She speaks beautifully, she dresses nice, and she drives a car, so they would think there's nothing wrong with her. But in her case, that's a detriment, because when she needs help, people, look at her like, what? And so that's a detriment. Best advice ever. Wherever you take your child for a test, wherever school tests her, wherever a doctor gives, an opinion, and, you get everything in writing, you get yourself a couple of file boxes, and you save every school test, IEP meeting, everything. You keep it. I always made myself friends with the coordinators of programs and was available to them. And so you have to, from when they're little, that's why I say you have to document, you have to because they're not always going to be throwing their head against the wall. They're not always going to be doing what a lot of autistic children do. She is obsessive compulsive, she is many of the things, but you're not going to notice those things in a small child. You're just going to walk along with her until she starts failing. Well, that would bring tears to my eyes because Melinda is a delight. She calls me every day. She's pretty well balanced now. She's in several programs here. She loves to work. She works at the hospital gift shop. She doesn't work for money, but she loves to do it. But she's such a delightful daughter. I mean, she's never too busy for me. So all the things that you wish your adult child would be, to me, she is.